If SXUAL experiences were like trading cards, what would be your rarest card? Couldn't get it up on a one-nighter with this girl I knew, Whiskey Dong. My friend who ridiculed me harshly, had SXUAL with her later that week. Got herpes. The Matrix card. My buddy conceived a child the night he lost his virginity with a girl who was also a virgin. They were 18 years old. 11 years later, they are happily married and doing very well for themselves. So I'd consider the card pretty damn rare. First, last, and only card. Very rare. Tinder date brought her friend along on our first date. She and I just didn't click at all, so we parted ways. Took her friend home instead. Maybe they planned this. I've wondered that. I guess I'll just never know. Wife and I decided to swap with close friends, couple, and our friend couldn't stop squirting. Sadly, she had never squirted before and it almost destroyed their marriage. Card. Cucking wife swap squirter. Man, something similar happened in my circle of friends. There was one couple who swung with most of us for a few months, and while she really enjoyed every one of the guys, none of the girls wanted to frick with him anymore after a while. I don't think it was the only reason for him falling into a serious depression for a year, but I'm pretty sure it contributed. Both ends of the spectrum have somehow experienced both the micro peanuts and a dong so big it wouldn't fit. Goldie clocks. This clock is just right. Did it bend over a fence in a field in Ireland? The breeze was lovely and scenery was better. Honestly wouldn't trade that memory. The Bonnie Ireland card. My mom got the rarest card. She fricked with a 23-yo gigolo. She is 70-yo, and got syphilis. She gave him another strain of syphilis. The trading card's trading card. Gotta catch 'em all. Card. Union Station. I had SXUAL on top of a train before. The missionary. Impossible card. On the roof of my university card. Achievement unlocked. Higher learning. The existence of post-nut clarity and pre-nut confusion must imply mid-nut learning. Getting a BJ in the bathroom of a police station lobby from a woman whom I met 3 hours prior. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Unrated version. In a DeLorean. You built a SXUAL machine. Out of a DeLorean? Forget the SXUAL part, I just want the car please. Had SXUAL with someone from Greenland. I was down on my ex and she came so hard she farted directly into my mouth. I happened to open my mouth at just the right time, so it created a hollowed out reverberation effect that amplified the fart in a strange way. It was not a small fart to begin with. This moment still echoes in my brain. The play me like a trumpet on the Thunderdome trading card. Having a blowjob while drinking a cup of tea, which was great for a couple of minutes until she realized I was still drinking tea. The other half of the Kermit meme. The same answer in both cases. Actually, Ken Griffey, Jr., 1989. Upper Deck. Have it too. Wish it was a bit more air. The unknown anal card. First time having SXUAL with this girl we were teens. We did anal. I didn't know I was in her ass and she didn't say anything. I asked after if I was in her ass, she said I think so. It was her first time doing anal. We are still friends and had SXUAL a few more times over those years. She loves anal. I think so, you know? She knew. I was once with a girl from a Catholic school who basically called everything down her butt, made things, awkward. Closest would be bathroom SXUAL at an academic conference 30 minutes before it was my turn to present. Did you have a wireless mic on already? To avoid ending up like Frank Drebin, I avoided that. The Mr. Worldwide card. Got bit on the ass by a pit bull during a one-night stand. Dale. SXUAL on the catwalk of my college performing arts theater while an orchestra was performing Peter and the Wolf probably. The time I drove 1,000 miles to frick a girl who, objectively, was at least a 9 out of 10, while I'm probably closer to a 5 out of 10, for a week straight, while also going to Comic-Con in the time we weren't fricking, and she paid for everything. It was probably the best week of my life. God bless her. I hope she's well. Did she work for some kind of erotic Make-A-Wish foundation? The having SXUAL in an old opera house with a stranger on Halloween and getting caught by some ghost hunters card. It's foil. Phantom of the Opera card. Been to a wedding and hooked up with not a bridesmaid, but with the bride and groom. I'm their +1 inches. Achievement unlocked. Oh yeah, the wedding bee cycle. Threesome with a girl I was casually dating and her roommate, but I suspect the girl I was seeing wanted to have Shreks with her roommate all along and just used me as an excuse, because her roommate found me attractive. Not that I cared either way. I'm a woman and this happened to me with 2 dudes. They were both gay and hadn't come out admitted it fully to themselves yet. I was literally just left out and one even talked shit about my blowjob skills. I literally did it for like 2 seconds, so he could lead into hold on you're doing it wrong. This is how you do it. I'll show you. Within 6 minutes or so I got up, got dressed, and left them in the room alone. I was such a weird experience and I cringe super hard when I think back to it honestly. I've had other, fun and positive, threesome experiences since then at least, so I'm glad they didn't ruin it entirely for me lol. It's like the Lonely Island video. Lady Gaga leaves and comes back in the morning, eating cereal, and the guys are still going at it. Polar bear room, Oregon Zoo after hours. Did the bears at least consent? You think you could have non-consensual Shreks with a polar bear? Blowjob after she put chocolate pudding on my dong. Very weird change of temperature. My first time was a foursome, the run before learning to crawl card. How did that happen? One time my friend with benefits was leaving town so they referred me to a friend. People who fricked this person also enjoyed fricking this other person. Thanks, real life algorithms. A+, 5 stars. Would frick again, and again. Girl cheated on me with a close friend. I fricked his mom. The hit M where they came from card. They both have experience of both VJS. Probably Shreks in a church closet after my friend's wedding or Shreks on the hood of my car behind my work. The second is not nearly as fun as it sounds. Fortunately I drove a POS Honda, so the dent in the hood popped right out. Lol. Met a Swede in Panama, traveled to Argentina with her, plowed on a queen-size bed at a hotel. That was really just 2 twins put together. By the time we both finished, I was on the floor with the bed split to either side of me. The Motel Moses card. Blowjob from a girl with no teeth is definitely holographic. Shreks with your grandma isn't a cool card, but Shreks with your grandma is. 36-year itch. We last had Shreks in 1985 when I was 15 and he was 17. Slept with him again this last Thanksgiving, so 36 years between. I want to hear more of this story. Nothing too outlandish. I separated from my husband this summer, which is why I flew back home by myself for Thanksgiving. Met up with my old high school boyfriend at a dealership picnic. After Thanksgiving, he visited my hotel and we spent the weekend together, mostly in my room. It was a nice holiday. The one time I accidentally told the girl I was having Shreks with, I love fricking your tight dong. One time a girl told me she loved being inside of me. The Generations card. I went back to a friend's place to knock boots, caught up for lunch with Dad, told him about it, because we've known the family since I was really young and I thought it was kind of funny. Turns out he slept with her mom the same night. Girl, come on over, my mom isn't home. Dad, come on over, my son isn't home. It took me a moment to figure out who Dad was, hers or yours. The confusing 3-way card. I've mentioned it in another comment. Basically involved me agreeing to be a third participant in a friend of mine and his girlfriend's first threesome. At one point it involved her thrusting her pelvis into my female backside while telling me that she had a big dong. If this scenario were card, I think I could sell it for quite a profit. Cleaning off her chest with a handheld vacuum. This ruins the vacuum cleaner. I know I've hit true adulthood when this was my first thought. Thinking of the appliances. 3-way. But while watching Wreck-It Ralph 2, the only way to have a 3-way, did you say? I'm gonna wreck it. First, banged my high school sweetheart years later, which we never did at the time. It was the worst Shreks of my life. He came out manscaped and wearing a green thong, and I was just showered, but not womanscaped or anything. I was clean though. He gave me shoot for that. Then we fricked. I've never been drier, and he said that he was upset I made him use his good condom. The whole thing was gross. Do not recommend. Card. Not just the bullet. I dodged the whole damn war. Card. Rose-colored glasses card. The grass isn't always greener. Thanks Minty Sack. Card. Almost good condom worthy. His good condom? What the frick lol. Yeah, he's only got one and he has to wash it every time. They have Shreks with a guy who can fap, stay just as hard, and keep going x3. Was a great week. Giving oral in a club. On the dance floor. In my defense, it was a secluded corner and there was a lot of smoke. Techno club that worked as a smoke screen. Tell me you are in Berlin without telling me you are in Berlin. The time the hooker gave me money. That's called a refund, bro. Step up your game. Being 19 yo, having Shreks with a 39 yo, absolute MILF on a vacation trip to Spain. Doing it all. Cheers. You wish she was in your area card. Sucked myself. Achievement unlocked. Fine. I'll do it myself. With a teacher. In the classroom. On a kid's desk after school. Teacher was my wife at the time. Did she choose the desk? Ha ha ha. No, but now that I think about it, that would have been pretty disturbing if she did. Had Shreks with a woman who only had one arm. Smart. Can't get the clap. I got the head pastor's son to freak me in the prayer room of the church right after a Christmas mass. That was cool. You got the coveted son of a preacher man card. Probably not super rare, but I got the 11 times in one day card. The last 3 times my dong was in pain and I was not really enjoying it, but the girl was a fresh nympho.